kayong problema, dalawang desktop na gamit ni sir. But you cannot hear, I cannot hear you, Ruby. I cannot hear the student.
Yes po,
I
sir.
don't know what's happening with this Google Meet. Siguro I need to set up things. I can, you can hear me, but I cannot hear you. How can we have this discussion? So we will have an interaction. Okay. So if that is the case, so we will push through with the class. But sad to say, we cannot have the interaction. So maybe we can use the chat box for your interaction. So we can have some record with your participation. Because I cannot hear you. Okay. Okay, since I cannot hear you, so I will be the one to lead the prayer. So let us pray. Heavenly Father, thank you very much for this morning. Thank you very much for another opportunity to all of us to see things and learn things. I hope and I pray that you will give wisdom to the students to understand and cope up to the things that we need to do for mathematics 10. I pray that you will give us the harmony and the wisdom while we're having our synchronous class. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Okay, so sorry for the inconvenience. But sad to say, I cannot hear you. That's why you can use the chat box if you want to ask something with regards to our synchronous class. So let us have the presentation. So it seems that it's a one-way traffic, but still we can use the chat box if you want to say something. I'm using the chat box of my wife. But as they say, the problem with my request, however, you can hear me, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We cannot hear you. So I don't know what is happening. Maybe there are forces around in Jesus' name. Okay. Okay, so let's proceed. So this is our this is your checklist for your completion with week 1 and 2. So okay. So as you can see, so we have some students who failed to complete the task. So it's already done. So we are in third week. So it means that the due for week 1 is done and the due for week 2 is also done. So it seems if you fail to answer to complete those tasks, all you have to do is to give your reason to Cervantes. What could be the reason why you failed to answer the week 1 and 2? So let us see with the reasons if they are valid. So we will see. And then I will just make a platform for you to submit the output in week 1 and week 2. So week 1, week 2. So because we're not going to have that on the case of the first quarter. So during the first quarter, we gave so much extensions. So that's why teacher is having a hard time to really finalize the grade until now. So I just see things that there are still some, but I don't know if the meeting with your advisor and the guidance counselor will push through. I think on Friday or tomorrow. So since I cannot hear any responses from you, so let's continue. Those are the students who they didn't complete the task. So we have one, two. So from week one to week two. So I don't know what's the reason. So it's if they didn't or else you can they can submit excuse letter if they are sick or if they experience things or difficult things during the week. So just inform Cervantes and we will see what could be the possible thing that we can do in order for you to have the records for week one and two. But nevertheless, so that is the completion of your week one and two. Okay, so let us proceed. So for our week number three, so we have this, okay, relationship among the chords, arc central angles and tribes, angles of those. So we are in geometry now. So our second quarter focuses on geometry, okay, and which is to some it's very good or it's so easy, but to some sometimes they can experience difficulties with regards to geometry. So it's up to the preference of the students. So whether they're having a or enjoying the geometry or they're not. So we have three learning tasks supposed to be, but you have to answer 3.1 and 3.2. Because 3.3, so you have your output in Google Classroom, and then you will have to give your answer until 12 this day. So since we do not have that Google form recitation because of some internet problem, I just restored my internet yesterday. So I think last night. So for almost 4 days because of the PLDT. So they promised to have the internet because we transferred from one phone to our one resident to the permanent residence. So we are now in our permanent residence. So that's why I transferred the PLDT. And then they promised me that after the transfer in 30 or 1 hour, I can have my internet. But sad to say, it took really 4 days to restore the internet. That's why I don't have time to do the Google form recitation. But instead of 3.3, so you can submit your answer in Google Classroom after our synchronous class. So that's it. Okay. So leaders, be careful. So all you have to do is so when I say go, so if you want to give your answer, just record all the students who have the right answer. Okay. So when I say stop, so it means that you uh, stop recording their responses. So we will proceed to the next question. So leaders must be ready. Okay. So I'm just having the discussion. I'm going to have the discussion first, and then before we have that exercises. Okay. Okay. So our objective is the same. So relationship, almost the same dyan, naming, chords, arcs, center, and describe angles of a circle. Those are the main tasks. So to some, this is not new to them because during grade 6, grade 5 and 6, they already have the geometry, but especially figure or this quote unquote this fundamental, but not that they don't have that central angles and inscribed angles. But I think the chords and the parts of the circle, they already have the idea of it. Okay, so we don't have face to face, we can't have that game. So of course that representing circles. Okay, so it's the cycle of life, it's like a circle. So sometimes you feel that you already do that, you already done with that, but it's just like it's a cycle. So our life here is it's like a cycle, quote unquote, to some believe. But for us, believing in Jesus Christ, when we are done here in this earth, so our way is going to heaven. we have Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. But to some countries, they believe in reincarnation. After life, you will be born again, and then you will transfer to a creature. It's either animal or another man. So, but we don't have that belief here. I don't know if there's somebody here in the Galileo having that belief of saying, believing in reincarnation, that they will live again after their life here. Okay, so nevertheless, so let's represent our, that's very familiar to us because we are in Cavite. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we have that set of points. Okay, in update, as you can see, if we go to analyze the given figure, it's not representing the circle, but it was really zoom out or zoom in, or it means that there is I guess screenshot that figure. That's why you have the quote unquote the size of that is not that really quote unquote definition for circle, because according to this definition, so we have a fixed points, and then a given distance. So from those points, if we have the same distance joining together, we can form a circle. Okay, and then we name the circle by its center. Whatever the point in the center or the letter representing it, that represents your circle. Okay, so circle A, that's a symbol. Of course, parts of the circle with this, we have the radius, the diameter, and the chord. We have the radius, okay, from the center to part of the circumference. That's what we call radius. And then from 2 points joining together, so that's a chord. So if a chord passes to the center, it's all still a chord, but its name is diameter or special chord. So a diameter is a chord, but we cannot say that a chord is a diameter. Okay? So, but most of the diameters are chord. But diameter, okay? So we cannot say that all chords are, we cannot have that quote unquote uh, scenario of having defining chords and diameter. So diameter is special kind of chord. So it passes to the center. Okay. So I don't need to elaborate more on it because you have the idea about that. Okay. So let's have focus with this. So as you can see in the figure, okay. So arc. So we have that arc part of the circumference is a part of circle between 2 points on the circle. Okay. So as you can see on the right side, so I don't have the pointer here because of, I don't want to listen out because it will take more time. Okay, as you can see on the right side, we have the violet on the arcs. So that representing the arc. 2 points in the circumference joining together. That is part of the circle. That's therefore it's an arc. Of course, a semicircle is one half a circle, measures 180. Okay, of course, the diameter divides the circle into two semicircles. So if we have to look for the minor arc, oh, how are we going to define the minor arc? So all you have to do is to check if that is less than semicircle or less than 180. If the measurement of the arc is less than 180, therefore it's a minor. But if it's more than or greater than 180, it's a major arc. That's just the only definition between the two, minor arc and major arc. So if less than 180 or less than semicircle, that's minor. If greater than semicircle, greater 180, that is a major arc. Okay, so let's proceed with the central angles. Okay, if the 2 points in the circle, okay, they join in, they have their vertex in the center, we call that a central angle. Okay, that's the definition of the central angle. So their vertex is in the center of the circle. Okay, and then inscribed angle. Their vertex is on the circle. Inscribed angle is an angle whose vertex is on a circle inside contain chords of the circle. 2 chords joining together. So that's one definition of inscribed angle. But the vertex, of course, is in the circle, is on the circle or the circumference. The article is the interior of an inscribed angle and points. Okay, if we're going to look with the right side, we have theta and alpha, right? Angle alpha representing central angle and angle theta representing inscribed angles. Okay? So we have that properties of uh, arc and the angles. Of course, the arc intercepting the angles, the inscribed angles, we call that intercepted arc because that arc stops that angle in extending its side or its part of the angle. Okay, so all you have to do is to check. So according to the properties of the central angle, so we have intercepted arc. So as you can see on the right side, we have point A and point B. Joining together that violet is what we call intercepted arc for the central angle and the inscribed angle. But we can have the definition of the or the properties of the central angle if we have the measurement of the arc or the intercepted arc. If we're going to look for the measurement of the central angle, it is the same. Say for example, angle alpha is 30 degrees, therefore arc AB is also 30 degrees. That's the properties of central angles. And then the scribe angles, if you want to know the measurement of the central angles, all you have to do is to divide the intercepted arc by 2. Get the half of the intercepted arc. So if the intercepted arc is 50, therefore the scribe angle theta is equal to 25. So ganun lang. Central angle, whatever the measurement of the intercepted arc, that's also the measurement of the central angle. When, with regards with the inscribed angle, just divide the intercepted arc by 2. So that is the inscribed angle. So I cannot, I hope you do understand. So that's just the definition or the properties of central angles and the inscribed angle. Let us apply. Okay, so this is just a presentation. We have to okay. So if we're going to have the radius according to the identify the name of the following. So how many radius do we have? How many diameter? How many chord? How many semicircle? Minor arcs, major arc, central angle, and scribe angle. Since I cannot hear you, we can have that one by one. So as you can see, we have how many radius here? We have 4 radius, right? Right, Benedict? You can use the chat box. Okay, so we name this circle as circle G. Okay, so the radius R. So I'm going to have that from greenhouse to courtyard. That's one radius. And then from greenhouse to hydroponic, greenhouse to pet cemetery, greenhouse to log cabin. So we have 4 radius here. The diameter we have from courtyard up to pet cemetery, hydroponics to log cabin. So those are the diameters. And then the chords we have buffalo to hydroponics and then buffalo to log cabin. Then of course we have another chord which is diameter. We can consider that as chord still same. The courtyard to pet cemetery, hydroponics to log cabin. Then the semicircle, how many semicircles do we have? So 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 semicircles. Then we have minor arcs. We have so many minor arcs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can have. Okay. And then the major arc. So major arc from courtyard to log cabin clockwise. Courtyard to log cabin clockwise. That's one of the example of the major arc. And then to courtyard to buffalo pasture. So that's also my major arcs. Central angles, we have 4 central angles. Then with regards to inscribed angles, we have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 inscribed angles. Okay? So let us proceed. Okay, representation. Okay. Let us apply the properties. Of course, I'll just check your answer in number 1. What's the measurement of arc MA? Just apply the properties. The first 1, we will type the correct answer, will get the recitation. Okay, 1. Angle MSA is 30 degrees, therefore our intercepted arc is MA. Therefore, it's okay. Meron pang reason siya, no? Si Benedict, complete reason. Okay, dalawa pa lang kayo. Ayaw na ng iba. Sige, dalawa lang recitation. Let us proceed. So it's Caparanga and Tudil. Let's proceed to number 2. Yeah. So number 2, arc 80. So what's the measurement of arc 80? If MA is 30, so that's part of the semicircle. Subtract the semicircle, you can have the arc 80. So what's the measurement of arc 80? Ayan. So we have, ayan, Espinosa, Caparanga, and Tuga. Okay. So ayan. Okay. Stop. So that those those students having the recitation. Okay. So just leaders, be careful. So just record it. And then ME. Lagay nyo ME, then equivalent. ME. Arc ME. Almost the same with the answer a while ago. So arc ME. Okay. So C. Okay. Okay. So may reason pa vertical ang second fluent. Therefore, let's see. 150. Okay. Let's proceed to ET. O, pabilisan na lang. ET. Okay. Go. Zuanga, Francesca, okay, Sofia, okay, okay, that's it. And then MAE, MAE, arc MAE. So try to remember if we're using the major arc or the semicircle, we're using 3 points to represent the arc. Okay, MAE, no reveal. Yeah, Uy is correct. Okay, so let's proceed to ATM. ATM. ATM, ready, go. Arc ATM. Arc ATM. Clockwise sa ATM. No, ATM. Arc tayo, arc ka. ATM. So, okay, Rodil, that's correct. Okay, so that's it. So, ganun lang ha. You cannot have the pointers, I have to say. So, I cannot really. I hope you do understand. So, semicircle, just subtract. So, the arc. Okay? It is a matter of manipulating it. So, but still you have chance for the recitation. So, pakirecord na lang, leaders, yung ating mga uh, student na nag-participate dyan sa ating exercises na yan. Okay? But since mabilis kayo, so pupusid na agad tayo sa ating gagawin sa, okay? Okay, let's proceed. Ready? I don't want to elaborate it anymore. Number 7. Arc OC. Okay, right. So it's correct. Okay, so number 8. Arc AL. Mag-given na yan. Arc AL. Okay, correct. Correct. Okay, number 9, LS. LS, pabilisan na lang, LS. Arc LS is the same as OC. Okay, correct. Correct. Okay, how about CBA? Angle CBA. CBA. CBA, angle CBA, number 10. Okay, correct, correct. Okay. And then number 11, CA. Okay, correct. And then number 12, OBS. 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 Okay, correct. And then OS, Arc OS. Arc OS, lagay na OS equal to Arc OS is the same. So Arc OS is equal to, yes, equate it to OS equal to, okay, that's it, okay, that's good. Okay, and then CAS, Arc CAS. Ayan, so mabilisan na yan. CAS, good. And then ABS, ABS. ABS, AVS. ABS, Art ABS, okay, it's correct. It's correct. And that's it. You already have your recitation. Okay, paki-record na lang. Na-record na ba? Cervantes, type pa nga. Itanong mo kung na-record na bago ako mag-proceed. Kasi pag nawala tayo sa meet, baka hindi nyo na ma-record yan. Habang nakita pa, sige, i-record lahat yan. Pakilagyan na ng marking yung mga kaklase. Okay? Pakitanong mo Cervantes, then i-type mo, okay na sir, you can proceed to the next slide. Kung na-record na nila. Okay, okay, sige. Record nyo lang. And then ito na yung gagawin nyo ha. I-record nyo lang. I will just wait until Cervantes inform me that you already done in recording. So this is your Google Classroom output and then also your recitation and 3.3. So 3 in 1 to. Okay? So that's it. Answers only up to 12 noon. Answers only up to 12 noon. So I will wait. So Cervantes, for those absent who has the reason for not attending the meet, just such as vaccination, all you have to do is to inform me what time they're going to take the recitation for today and the output for 3.3. So that I can have okay, for those students, okay, if they are through with the vaccination, so they can answer until 5. Or just inform me Cervantes if they are through with their vaccination around 10 or 11, at least 1 hour. If they can, if they are capable enough of answering, it's okay. But if they are not, just inform me. Okay, but for the meantime, they cannot see the Google output because they were absent. Okay? So I will just edit. So it means that those names submitted ni Cervantes na absent, so wala mo na sa Google Classroom, hindi nila makita yon. And then, yung mga mag-take after nito is mag-inform lang kay Cervantes para masama ko yung name nila at makapagsagot sila sa Google Classroom. Guess answers only. Is that okay? Okay, so Rodil, no more questions. So that is so easy. So I don't need to give you an idea. Those angles are parts of the 4 angles of the circle, right? Yun lang yung tip dyan, di ba? If you're going to add those angles, of course, the total is equal to, Rodil?
Sir, what's the question again?
So that those are central angles, Rodil, di ba? Equate that. What could be the what number? So point O is the center. So P of Q POQ, POS, SOR, ROQ, those are the four central angles. If you add those four angles together, what is the sum? That's what I'm asking. Okay, that's it. Uy, correct. Okay, so you can solve for x. Upon solving x, substitute it all the given 4 and then you can answer 1 to 10. That okay? Cervantes, okay na? Mag-ano ka? Pag sinabi mo ng okay na po, sir, naka-record na okay na po, we're done. We will end the meet. Okay na po, sir. O, sabi ni Cervantes, okay na. So, we will end the meet. Just wait in the Google Classroom for your recitation. Okay? So, that's all. So, sorry for the inconvenience a while ago because I don't know what is happening with my Google Meet. Okay, maybe I need to set up things here. Okay, so that's all for today. So, just wait in the Google Classroom. I think 9 o'clock pa yun magbubukas. Just proceed to your LMS first. And then, 9 o'clock, you can go to Google Classroom and then you can submit up to 12. So, just answers only. No need to show your solution, ha? Kasi hanggang 12 lang siya, ha? Para magkaroon na. Okay, so that's all for today. So, goodbye class. Goodbye class. So, bye-bye. So, sa inyas na lang tayo ng bye-bye kasi I cannot hear you. Okay, God bless to all of you. So, yung inyong second quarter, pwede pa rin i-adjust yun. Yung mga gusto pa rin makipag-deal kay Sir, open pa rin si Sir. Second quarter kasi, ipa-finalize para nakiusap yata ang mga teacher at kakang guidance kung anong gagawin. Kulang alam pa ng sistema na na. So, I hope na walang mawala sa Galileo. Let's just pray na inta kayo hanggang fourth quarter or hanggang virtual, hanggang ating moving up ay sama-sama pa rin. Let's just pray. Okay? God bless again. Thank you.